Hey, good evening, YouTube. So we got the old Beijing Banshee on the table. This will be a multi-day project. This thing's filthy. Do a clean up to it. But why is this on the bench? Well, as you can recall, if you look back at my videos and you follow my channel, I ported the cylinder on this thing, but I went way too high with the exhaust port, and yeah, this thing will run and spin 14,000 RPMs, but there's like no torque there. Like it's kind of useless. I mean, that's why there's a 14-inch bar on it. Crap everywhere. That's gonna get cleaning. I don't know what kind of chain this is. I think this chain is off a 50T. That's probably 50 tooth. Can't tell who makes this chain. This chain came off of a Pioneer 1074 or 73 that I had. It's a Windsor chain. It's old. It's an old chain. If it's a Windsor chain, it's old. Okay, so this thing's fucking pretty grimy. Even though it's throwing good chips, it's always funny how much fines show up in there. Wait, this is dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. And honestly, I'm not going too nutso with the cleaning here because I really don't care that much. So I'll pause you guys for a second. Welcome back. Sorry, I just had to find torque bits because of all my Chinese saws, this one, for whatever reason, uses torque bits, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. The rest are Allen key. I could use a flat blade screwdriver, but I don't like to. I don't wanna, so I'm not gonna. So what do we got here? So if you watch my videos, yeah, like I said, I ported this one. Went too high on the exhaust port, so it just did not run good. So I got different piston and different cylinder to go in here. Why I'm taking this apart also is to show you guys the reed valve setup, in case you guys may have missed that, or you don't watch my channel often. You should. My channel's super cool. That's what my mom tells me. But anyways, but in all seriousness, I want to put the different cylinder on here and do a comparison. I'm actually thinking I might go though, so I got the 14-inch bar that was on there with the random old ass, like from the 80s Windsor chain. I'll run that, but I think I'm going to go to, because I have another one of these Chinese bars. I don't know what bar mount, I think they're a K095 bar. But I'm going to go get a steel RS chain made for it. Literally right around the corner from my work, I walk to it. There's a Power Equipment Center in Edmonton. That's usually where I go. It's how convenient. They sell steel, which well, I have a little bit of steel saw, but I used to own a steel 0 or 41 AV, like an old one. That's alright, but it's kind of like an old school tractor design. God, how did I do that before? I'm just gonna pull that out, I guess. Yep. Gonna have to do that. Got a shorter scrunch in here, but I'm not going back outside for scrap scrunch. So I will take out the intake bolts. Also, at this part, I gotta fix the kill switch because the kill switch would not engage. I prefer the kill switch to engage. What else? Well, I'd like to figure out something for the choke too, because I just have to flip the lever manually now. Leave that all in there so I can show you the reed valve setup that I have going here. Bosch spark plug? What the fuck did that come from? Figures I went on the right plug in here. was running a little on the rich side. Huh. No. Anyways, not gonna worry about that. Okay. So, to bring you guys in closer, just so you can see the reed set up on here. Okay, so there's the carbureteur, as they say in Quebec. Well, I need to plug the fuel because it's going to splurt on me. It always does. Pinch it off. Oh, fuck me. Shit's alright not cooperating. Yeah, Joe's going crazy because kids can't get the hint that kids can't get the hint. Yeah, sorry about that. So we have one dog that does not like strangers, does not like people coming to the house. That's why we don't give out candy on Halloween, but you know what? Turn lights off, close blinds. Some kids just don't understand what's going on. Okay, see if I can throttle it here. I really had to modify this throttle linkage to make it work. There we go, little carbureteur. But definitely was running lean, so that scares me. Anyway, so here's the reed setup. This is an intake block from a Home Night. Oh, I gotta take all that off to do that. Oh. Okay, well, you guys can come with me on this journey. I might make a shortened version of this, but I forgot everything has to come out to do this, which isn't a big deal. It comes apart. These things come apart pretty easily, actually. I cannot complain about that. As I struggle is real. I'm also going to modify this exhaust and put a 90-degree stainless weld elbow on there, just because I think it needs a little bit more back pressure. Okay. Cover my nuts so I don't lose them. Oh, this is filthy. Okay. So I think these are 1024 nuts that actually fit into the little pockets on these Chinese Zenoa clones. It's an important little tip because that comes in handy. So let's take the cylinder off so I can show you the reed setup. What's everyone doing for Halloween this year? I know a lot of people, chainsaw enthusiasts, tend to live in the country, which that's where we are going. But just right now, we live in southeast Edmonton, so it's not really. I mean, I run chainsaws, but currently I actually have no neighbors, which is kind of nice. A couple houses sold around me. It's kind of weird, actually. They're trying to flip them, and right now is not the time to be flipping houses. The house next to us, it sold for $258,000, which is low for these houses. But the market's kind of starting to crash, so whatever. But they've renovated the inside. The house still needs a new roof or new shingles, and they're trying to flip it for $349,000. Which these houses are not worth that much. I mean, they're more worth like they're starter homes, so they're around the $270,000 range, like Canadian prices. So if you're living in America, don't freak out because $270,000, that's only like $220,000 US ish. Depending if Justin Trudeau has crashed $1 more or not, because he tends to do that. It's actually weird this year. Let's go in Mexico, we're buying pesos, and like the exchange rate's so shitty. It's like, oh, is the peso doing well? No, it's because the Canadian dollar is doing so piss poor because of our current incarnation of our government, or iteration. Hopefully we'll get a new government in a few years. Hopefully. That'd be nice. Most Canadians will like that. Okay, I'm curious to pull off the cylinder because that was running lean, so hopefully I didn't cook anything. I don't care about the cylinder, but I still don't want to have it all cooked. Okay. Why is that guy so tight right there? Oh yeah, that's why. Ah, that's why. That's gotta stand there for now. Yeah, cylinder looks fine. I mean, it was running lean, but everything looks okay in there. Everything looks okay with the piston. There's, oh shit, look at that, eh? Now that is interesting. Huh. So make this a reed valve saw. I had to make that notch in there, but it actually looks like the, I don't know, turn that around. Sorry, I can turn the camera around. See what I'm pointing at. But it actually appears to have cracked right in there, which is interesting. There's no damage to it, but still, it's curious to note. Very, very curious. So when I mill out the next piston, I should probably not go as far. Easy peasy. Anyways, as for the reed setup, so this is an intake block from a HomeKnight Super Easy, or Super Mini, or XL1, or just Easy. They're all the same saw. Probably don't have a small nut driver anywhere. Maybe I do. It'd be nice if I did. I don't think I do. Oh, maybe that's the one I want. That's the one I want, but it won't fit in there, so I'm just gonna have to caveman with a flat blade screwdriver. I flippin' hate flat blade screws. Drives me nuts. That's why I don't like McCulloch chainsaws, or Pioneers for that matter, because it's just too many flat blade only. I like the old HomeKnights because, I mean, to a point, I think, like, right about 1960-ish on, they used the combo screws that were flat blade and hex head. And that is the way to go, in my opinion. This intake block off, and then I can show you guys the reed setup. So I know some people are taking like off eBay and like some smaller reed setups that are meant for those Chinese kits to make your motorcycle, or make your mountain bike into a motorcycle. But I didn't want to do that. I'm using actual reeds, or smaller, I should say. Okay, so that's the reed block, and if you are a HomeKnight person, you'll recognize that as being one for a Super Easy, Super Mini type saws. Put that aside, and this is the intake block I made, just a piece of aluminum that I milled, and there's really wasn't much work at all, actually. I showed up to work like half hour early and got all that crap done. Just these two screws. Still wet moto seal in there. That's surprising, actually. That's really surprising. Huh. Didn't think it would still be gooey. I might make a shorter version just showing the reed block setup. We shall see. Stop this for a second. So yeah, just to show my reed block setup here. So I machined this piece at work, which goes on the cylinder like that. This is a Homelite Super Easy reed block setup that went in that hole, and then the Super Easy intake block on top of that, which the factory carburetor for this Chinese saw bolts right up to. I mean, the linkage had to be changed on the saw, but I mean, it was a very simple mod, and it works. It does work. Just this cylinder, when I initially ported it, I went a little too far, and it just kind of sucks ass. That's all. But we're going to remedy that with a new cylinder and a new piston. I still can't believe that cracked. But anyways, take it easy, YouTube. See you in a bit. Okay, so we are back, and we are going to take this piston off. Should be easy peasy. I'm going to have to modify a piston. I'm going to do that here, which I should be able to do, no problem. It's not going to be as nice as the milling machine I used at work, but I don't really want to wait till I'm back at work. Yeah, Moto Seal, everything's clean. All the Moto Seal stuck to this side, which is cool. So, let's find a cylinder. What cylinder goes with this guy? Yeah, this one. This is the set. It's already been slightly ported. Nothing crazy though. But I do have to modify this piston. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be back with you guys in a bit. See you in a bit. So there's the piston. Yeah, the window isn't the nicest, but I did it with a Dremel instead of taking it to work and doing it with a milling machine like the other one. But then again, that guy's pretty small, so hopefully the new one will do a little more gooder. Is gooder a word? I don't know. Me and wife had that conversation. Gooder is actually in the dictionary, so, but that's neither here nor there. Same size pins, some clips. Sorry for the long drawn out video. I'm just going to pause this for a bit. So the new piston is successfully installed, which is pretty easy to do on these things. Now, let's get that old gasket off there. It's too bad because I actually want to use the gasket on there, but this one is toast. Pause, you guys. Okay, so let's put this thing back together. My Moto Seal, because I don't want to take this apart, because on this saw, the only way to get to the zip tank is actually pull the whole cylinder off, because that's just the way it went. It's the thin layer of Moto Seal. Gasket goes on. A little bit of Moto Seal on this side as well. It's one of those cases where better safe than sorry, because you don't. By modifying this, even though modifying this to a reed valve saw was actually really, like, stupid simple. I don't want to take it apart because some things are a little goofy now. Like this whole reed block setup has to go on before the cylinder goes on. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. There's stuff I could do this to make it more gooder or better. Let's use better. I'll use real English today. But maybe one day. Oh fuck, I forgot. Yeah, another thing. A little issue with doing this is these two cylinder bolts towards the intake manifold have to go in before I tighten those screws. Hopefully. There we go. There's one. Just drop them in. There's two. Now I can tighten these up because they just stick through far enough just to interfere. Maybe you'll see that. I don't know if this side does it, but they'll just start to poke through. And then those bolts don't want to come in or out. Like I said, it's just one of those little things that just made this a little more difficult to take apart. But not complaining, it works well, or did work well. And this cylinder I'm putting on is another 43mm cylinder, so it's still only going to be a 45cc saw. Nothing's changing there. Smear some Motoseal on there. Don't want nothing leaking. I really need to go buy some popsicle sticks one of these days. Okay, now carefully put this reed block back in because the carrier is still in that piece of aluminum. Bada bing, bada boom. The intake block, which that should be fine. That does not need sealant. There are some gaskets that Homelite used to use, and they're often in the intake blocks, and they just seem to last forever. Like, you just don't see that anymore, but maybe some kind of material that causes cancer, or they can't sell it in California, or some weird shit like that. But who knows? Okay. Long-winded video, you might want to skip ahead, blah, blah, blah. So I'll make sure I flip this video too. I'm surprised only one group of kids actually came to the door with all the houses, lights turned off and the blinds closed. I think my wife's just upstairs. I think she's watching like a... We don't have any cable, so we just have streaming service, but I think she's watching Treehouse of Terror or something like that. Just whatever. And I will do the same, watch whatever she's watching, once I'm done messing around with chainsaws with you folks. Okay. That is that. Boom. Get some nice little brand new piston rings. Like my hands a wipe. Now let's get some rings on this bad boy. Rings good. I don't know why these rings were out of the bag. Just been looking at them for one reason or another. Okay, that's done, that's done. Gotta get some Motoseal on the surfaces. Oh shit, that one does come out, huh? Look at that. There's Motoseal on there. One of the dogs is coming to join me. Must be Mr. Riley. Riley the lab. What's up, Riley dog? Yeah, sneezy. Yeah. I can't pet you right now, unless you want Motoseal on your coat. You're waterproof as it is. I don't think you need to be gas and oil resistant either. Okay. Motor seal down there. Okay, nice little coat of motor seal there. Now I put the cylinder on. I can pause you guys because I did order ring compressors like a year ago, not quite a year ago, but the order never arrived. I got a refund. I never actually replaced that, so the struggle was real, me trying to get the cylinder on. So see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. I just took the top handle off because that makes it easier, so I can put the cylinder on. I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so I got the cylinder on. Like I said, I don't have ring compressors. I didn't want you to laugh at me while I was struggling, but I really should order myself some ring compressors. It's kind of an important thing when you're working on engines all the time. That's why I like the Husqvarnas with the single ring, because those you really don't need them, because they're just bloop, they go right on. These things are so easy to work on, despite the modifications to this one. Curious to see what the compression on this guy is going to be afterwards. I'll probably have to check that. Granted, it's not broken in, but still. Hopefully, well, actually, no, I got stuff to do tomorrow. My mom gave me a bunch of peppers, jalapeno peppers that she grew that she wants me to smoke to turn into chipotle. So I'll smoke peppers tomorrow and then take them back to my mom, and she wants to borrow my food dehydrator. Take Riley the wonder dog. What's up, Riley? What's up, Riley? Say hi to the camera. No? Okay. Just what are you gonna do, Riley? I'd get this project done and then start another one, because I actually have a lot of crap I need to get done. Why does that feel goofy? I don't like when these feel goofy. Out of all the parts for these Chinese saws that are so cheap, one thing you don't see is new cases. I think if your case dies, just get a new saw. I always worry about these head bolts just stripping out or something because of a soft casting. But so far, it's been pretty good. Okay. Click. My torque wrench. Make sure they're all torqued properly. Click. One thing I like about the ball end ones is they're easier to slide into the hole, but at the same time you get like the Radley where I actually broke the ball end off that one, which is actually a huge pain in the ass. And pause you guys for a second. So I stopped the video because you know what? Look at this. Boink. Boink. The piston sitting on the top of the cylinder. That's fucking crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna pull this off, throw a base gasket on, and see if that helps. I've used a lot of Chinese cylinders, but never ever had that issue before. I don't know if it's piston or the cylinder or both, but I take it apart and see. Anyways, see you in a bit. Okay, so I got back together. I put a base gasket in now where the piston clears, but I actually want to measure the squish because I've never actually had a tolerance that close. Like, why is there not? There we go. Where are we at with the squish? Let's go in thousandths of an inch, zero it off, and the squish is at... Well, it says 33 thousandths, that's not... I'll take out those gaskets. So that gasket is 18 thousandths, there's 33,000 squish in that particular spot, but I have a feeling that there's somewhere there's a spot that's a lot closer. But well, we'll run with the base gasket because that's just what we have to do here, so. Yeah, 21 thousandths there, which is much better. Well, we're going to leave it the way it is. It is what it is. Hopefully this thing has great compression for all that fiasco there. Okay, put that there, put that there. Somehow I'm missing cooling fin. Don't know what the fuck happened. So when I had this thing with the old cylinder, this thing would spin to 14,000 RPM, so maybe there are parts of the saw that weren't actually designed to handle that kind of RPM, which is probably exactly what the hell happened there. I just made it too awesome for itself, I guess. That's the only possible solution there. Surprised I haven't killed this recoil on this thing yet, though. I went through 2 others on this saw already. But if I ever do kill the recoil, I do have this one now fitted, and it's metal. Got a couple of plastic ones in there too, but that is the weak point of these Chinese saws in my personal opinion and my experience. I should be cleaning this saw out better, but you know what? I'm just gonna put it back together, and then it is what it is. I can get that front handle back on it, and we're gonna throw a compression tester on this bad boy. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Shit. The struggle is real, apparently. And pause you guys, because this is going to look ridiculous. Okay, so we are ready for a compression test. Let's see where we're at with this guy. Just one sec. Sorry about that. Does it take care of something? Now we'll see what the compression on this bad boy is going to be. Again, I still sometimes wonder about this compression tester, but it is what it is. So it's reading right at 150, which isn't bad. It's going to go up as it breaks in, obviously. It's a new piston, new cylinders, new rings, all that jazz. But that's it for me tonight. I'm just going to put this back together and then go watch some brain drain TV upstairs. See you later, guys.